SEC on ESPN. The 12th man is rocking and ready for opening day in conference play in the SEC. Texas A&M taking on Auburn, and for the first time in a long time, it does feel like the SEC West is wide open. Mississippi State's the only team in the SEC West not playing a divisional game today. This is an SEC West matchup. Bob Wischusen here with Robert Griffin III. Pearson sends it deep, and it will be a touchback out to the 25-yard line. And only a sophomore, but Connor Wigman, Robert, has an unbelievable.
In 31 consecutive games, that is an impressive streak, Bob. I don't know about you, but I'd love to have a receiver like that to throw to.
You had a few.
Oh, yes. Yes, I did.
Amari Daniels gets stood up. Second effort, he may have gotten the first down. Mosiah Nasili Kite was there to make contact.
That catch.
Le'Veon Moss spinning, has the first down. Grinds his way to midfield. Play in the box score. Wigman. The check down. Nice move by Ruben Owens. The freshman makes a man miss. Shakes and bakes his way down close to the 25-yard line. Wigman has all day. He's going to go down, eventually a coverage sack. Caleb Wooden drops him, and now you wonder if this is field goal range.
The ball, and then great close right there by Caleb Wooden to get the quarterback on the ground.
This would tie Bond's career long that he put through last week from 52. Towards the uprights, he's got it. Just a shade inside of 52. It looks like that one will be officially a 51-yarder.
Freshman linebacker in this game, it's going to be a lot on his shoulders to get everybody lined up.
A&M off to an amazing start on third down defensively. As you can see, Thorne to throw. Floats one over the middle, and it's incomplete. It looked like he wanted Javarius Johnson, and that's a dangerous throw if you airmail across her.
And give it a full shot, because my teammates deserve that from me. And I'm not saying that guy shouldn't try it, but, you know, at the end of the day, football is king.
Moss gets free. Le'Veon Moss all the way down to the 25-yard line. Knocked out of bounds at the 23.
Ooh-wee. Now what you're going to see from Le'Veon Moss here is both patience and explosion. Watch him read it backside, then find the patience to go through that hole and fire away. Now I'd like to see that ball in the outside arm so he can utilize the stiff arm there on Jalen Simpson. But at the end of the day, we're going to take this run and be happy about it as an offense.
Couple as well for Auburn. So the injuries in the Auburn secondary continue to pile up. Wigman over the middle. Into the red zone go Texas A&M. Anaya Smith down to the 12-yard line.
Great recognition there by Connor Wigman. He gets pressure off the edge. He finds his receiver, which is his hot route, and delivers a nice catchable ball to him. Anaya Smith, amazing.
In FBS with 3 interceptions through 3 weeks. Blitz off the edge. Wigman throws that way. Diving attempt incomplete. Anaya Smith, the intended receiver. Well, Hugh.
When you get these field goals, you're keeping teams in the game. And I would say everyone watching this game believes that A&M's offense is a powerhouse. But if they're going to blow this game out, they're going to have to score touchdowns in the red zone.
Bond from 32, right down the middle. 5.5 to go in the opening here. And winning your SEC opener would go a long way to help get things started right. Bouncing off tacklers is Jarquez Hunter. Breaks another tackle with a stiff arm. And he's got a first down and a gain of 13. A&M shows blitz. Here they come. Right behind the blitzer goes Hunter into the secondary again. They rushed off the edge. And Fadil Diggs eventually made the tackle after a gain of 14 more.
Now watch, you're going to see 2 guys off the edge be unblocked. That's not sound football. But you know what is? And we got to establish that line no matter how many times we have to run it in a row.
Now Damari Alston is in the game, although Hugh Freeze said back in April that Hunter's probably the best running back he's ever coached. And the run game continues. To push ahead for Auburn, they've got another first down behind Damari Alston. With respect to the 3 teams we have played to this point, we're 3-0. We're going to find out a lot about ourselves today. And the ball is loose. It is jarred free and scooped up by Edger and Cooper.
what a play right here. You get the pitch. The DB gets in there and makes the tackle, and then Edgerrin Cooper picks it up and hits him with the hit. Gets his feet from out there and takes it all the way to the house. That young man certainly got some edge to him.
It looked like Bryce Anderson with the form tackle on Damari Alston. Alston injured on the play, and they are still tending to him in front of the A&M bench. But the ball jarred free. Cooper totes it 63 yards for the defensive touchdown. Ruling, the 12th man's going to have something to say about it. Let's see.
After video review, it is an incomplete forward pass. It'll be 3rd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Look for them to try to get number 13, Rivaldo Fairweather, involved. That's their big target tight end.
Blitz coming. Thorne spins out. Now he goes down. And that might knock them out of field goal range. The sack drops them back at least 5 to 7 yards. Walter Nolan made the stop. It's actually a loss of 8. And now what will Hugh Freeze decide to do?
Well, you know how you can get him from not hitting his favorite target? Get right up in his grill right there, like the A&M defense did. Side of the 40-yard line. But this A&M offensive line has to continue to show that they can dominate up front with running the football.
Owens looking for a cutback lane and not finding any. No gain on 3rd down. Donovan Kaufman, who got injured a couple of possessions ago. Good to see he's able, but the impact on their defense positive if they can continue to run.
Yes, they can, but they got to get this passing game going. No completion so far in the game.
Thorne, there's his first completion. Ryan Batty off the sideline, right at the 1st down line to gain. And
this receiver, but the refs didn't see it that way.
3rd down and 12. Only a 3-man rush. Thorne slings one to the sideline, very close to a 1st down to Shane Hooks. And he was very close to the line of scrimmage when he lined up. Play clock at 3. They get the snap off. Ryan Batty. This is the first trip into plus territory for this Auburn offense, and they've got, well, now game management. Is this just about trying to get in the field goal range?
It is. It's 3rd and 20. Listen, if the check down's there, throw it. Do not try to force anything.
Well, that throw knocked away. Camden Brown had it in his hands, and it was jarred free by Deuce Harmon. And that will force Auburn to punt.
Been struggling the first 3 weeks.
Incomplete on 3rd down. Miscommunication. Ja'Day Walker had not turned his head as Wigman threw the quick out. And that said yesterday, said to watch what he did last year and the fan base, how they feel about him, it was a no-brainer to keep him as a part of this coaching staff. As Thorne with a pump fake finds one of those running backs that plays the Cadillac. And nice cut by Ryan Batty. Puts his left foot in the ground and picks up a 1st.
In any level of football, to just pat the ball. Right now, Peyton Thorne is either not seeing it or not trusting his instincts at the quarterback spot.
Hunter with a cutback. And now a decision to make. It was 3rd down and 19, and he picks up 15. Now it's 4th and 4, but
in the ground right there at the end of that hit.
So Wigman, a slant across the middle, jarred free. Walker couldn't hold on. He was hit hard, and Zion Puckett in on that collision, and he is down. Straight ahead run. Down. That was the first time that Auburn had a 3rd down of less than 8 yards. Jackson, 236 pounds, lines up behind Peyton Thorne on 4th down and a yard. A bootleg for Thorne. Gets to the sideline, leaps, spins around, and where will they spot the football? Tyreek Chappelle. Surprised Jimbo Fisher didn't call timeout to save some time for his offense, but of course his quarterback's in the locker room. Thorne again, sacked at the 36. Well, now it's 4th down and forever. McKinley Jackson, the 4th sack of the first half for Texas A&M.
Well, before the half, they might say, let's take it into halftime, figure out what's going on with Connor Wigman, and then be able to get whatever quarterback ready for the second half to go win.
Well, 53 for McPherson to try and get Auburn on the board. He certainly has the leg to reach, and he's got it. Sneaks it over the crossbar inside the left upright. From 53, McPherson is good, and Auburn with 5 seconds on the clock gets on the board. It looks like it will be an A&M field goal advantage at halftime.
What a kick. He put the fear in that football, got it up long enough, almost hit one of the guys in the face. Amazing kick. Levels of your team have to show up when you play in the SEC.
There's a squib kick that will roll down to Ainias Smith. And he's got some room to the sideline and some blockers there to help him. He'll cut it back and eventually is spun down at the 33, and that will take us to halftime.
Athlete and can really add something to this offense.
Bond's kick returnable. A tee from the 3-yard line. Brought down shy of the 20-yard line. That's a good hit on special teams by Edger and Cooper as we go down to Chris.
Bob Connor Wigman still.
Right here for Peyton Thorne, do not make two wrongs a right. Get the ball out of your hands. Survive to play another play.
Thorne at the goal line. There's the check down, and it's incomplete. Intended for Hunter. So now it's on Oscar Chapman to punt it.
You never want to try to make things better, even if you're in a bad situation. Right there, 3rd and 19. An incompletion in the punt is still on.
End over end kick. And a fair catch called for at the 46-yard line of Auburn.
A little bit. Maybe he can provide them with a spark.
The LSU transfer. Drops back. And there's a strike to Ainias Smith. That's the first time in 4 offensive possessions, even with Wigman at quarterback. Auburn rushes only 3. Johnson out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it under and try and run for it. And it looks like he got it on the dive. He picked up 5 on 3rd down. Brother to brother, wide open. Jake Johnson at the goal line. He's at the pylon. Is he in? Yes. That's an A&M touchdown.
Oh, the nostalgia from that one right there. Max Johnson with the great ballsmanship on the fake. And then he gets it to his brother from the same mother for the touchdown. I absolutely love. That's going to be a moment these two are going to remember for a lifetime.
For the A&M touchdown. And now it is a 2-score lead extended by Bond with the extra point. 3rd quarter here. 3rd down at 14.
Listen to the 12th man.
Only a 3-man rush. Ashford out of the pocket. He's got Chetz to the edge. A flag thrown in the offensive backfield. Chris Russell bumped him out.
But yeah, what's the argument that you can have that Nick Saban's not the greatest coach in college football history?
Le'Veon Moss gets a push. And he has a 1st down.
Outed running back that came in, but they do believe Moss has that ability to take it to the house, and they want to get him more touches.
Johnson on 2nd down and long. Scans the field and finds Ainias Smith for a 1st down. Good vision from Max Johnson. He went through working with children, you and Chris. Back to the offense, Texas A&M. Play action for Max Johnson. He's going to go downtown, hoping for Evan Stewart. Double coverage. He's got it. That's an A&M touchdown. Right down the chimney.
Max Johnson. Watch him stand tall in the pocket. Find the Wi-Fi connection and airdrop a beauty into Evan Stewart's hands. That throw was finger-licking good.
Become the starter and then won the job in summer camp. But who knows if he'll keep it.
Doing a good job of changing the picture on the quarterback. Can Robbie Ashford drop back right here and execute a play? It looks like they're going to try to work this bunch set to give their guys 3 releases.
5-man rush. Another sack. Ashford with nowhere to go. Eventually, Edger and Cooper got to him and brought him down behind the line. It's in his bloodlines as well, as his father, Mushi Muhammad, was a 2-time Pro Bowler. Played the NFL with the Bears and Carolina as well. Ainias Smith stays on his feet. Broken tackle. And Ainias Smith, dangerous in the open field. pulled down from behind.
Right there, he just got put in one-on-one coverage with one of the best receivers in all the SEC.
Play action for Johnson. Well protected. Another strike. And it's a first down if it stands.
Holding, offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty, remains first down.
That would be my advice if I was Bobby Petrino.
There's the screen. They try to set Muhammad up in the tunnel, and he has nowhere to go as the tunnel is closed. That'll keep the clock rolling, though. Where is their answer on third down? Do they have one? Maybe it's Ashford on the run. Oh, it's Thorne back in the game. Tipped ball, knocked down. And Peyton Thorne, who jumped back in on third down and 8 to try and pick up a first down, has to bat down his own deflected pass.
Right now.
And that ruling cost them, with the penalty, about 20 yards of field position. Anaya Smith already across midfield. Still on his feet. And finally driven back at the 45-yard line of Auburn. 50-yard punt and a 10-yard return.
You could find yourself in there as an SEC team because the competition is so high, and the committee's certainly going to value that.
Owens again. Turns the corner. Breaks a tackle. And he's got a first down.
Out who's going to be their quarterback and who's going to be able to deliver inside of SEC play. But you got the backup quarterback coming off the bench putting up more yards in the offense. That's not a good thing.
Owens again. Flag down. Lost the football. It pops up in the air. Eugene Asante heads the other way. Being chased by Johnson. Asante. Touchdown if it stands. Flag down back at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, offense, number 54. Penalties required. Defense is ultimate touchdown.
Eugene Asante, a 68-yard gift for Auburn on defense.
On that one back, Eugene Asante, Johnny on the spot. I told you at the beginning of the game he was going to have to make a play to change this game. Right there, the fumble gets forced. He's Johnny on the spot because he hustled to the ball. And watch him just blaze down the sideline. He's got a saying that says, let's work. And he just put the Auburn Tigers back in this football game.
The freshman corner, Kayan Lee, jarred it free. Asante takes it for a house call. And rather than lose them for lengths of time as they have. Johnson back to throw. Scrambles, tucks it under. Right up the middle of the field, diving for a first down and more.
It's a good job right there by Max Johnson, recognizing what the defense was in. Have actually worked really well together, and they play well off each other. We'll talk more about that after this play.
Big third down here, and that's well shy as Anaya Smith watches that one sail out of bounds. He would have been 4 yards short of the first down had he caught it. So the worst starting field position for Auburn. And they'll go back to Robbie Ashford. And Ashford has a first down as we check in with Chris.
Bob, you were talking about Jimbo Fisher giving up play call duties. He's one of several.
It's like every player on your team is a free agent at the same time, so you have to really lock in and make sure that your guys are taken care of, and it's hard to do that and run an offense.
Battie gets to the outside, breaks a tackle. Brian Battie down the sideline to midfield. The run game.
And stay committed to the running game here, make it only a 2-score game, which is right where they want to be at.
Ashford, a little shovel pass. Rivaldo Fairweather fighting for extra yards. His forward progress has been invisible for the most part today as well. Nice fake by Ashford. Runs a man over. Well, you'd love to see that from your quarterback as he bulldozed Bryce Anderson and picked. Jay Fair in motion. A throwback screen to Fairweather. And diagnosed by the A&M defense. Malik.
I would start using right after this. If you get a negative play, you want to use that timeout to preserve as much time as you can.
Breaking free is Daniels. With a comeback to midfield. Spinning around DJ James. He can't bring him down. Daniels hunting the pylon. All the way down to the 3-yard line.
Oh, say it again. from Amari Daniels. When you want somebody to close the game, give the ball to your running back and watch field goals here in the red zone. But after you give up a big play like that, you gotta have a defensive stand.
Le'Veon Moss gets a push. That's an A&M touchdown. Healthy. He's the guy that should carry most of the load in their run game. He's the most talented running back that they have down. All but ends this game.
Yeah, it doesn't. We always talk about score with your man or move the line of scrimmage back. And look how many guys are leading that man into the end zone. 3 lead blockers. It just looks ugly in there. Bodies laying all over the field.
Wow. So right down to the end with controversy as well at Clemson. Garner over the middle. And that will be good enough for a first down.
So maybe that has to be the shift in focus. We're going to run the football 45, 50 times a game, allow our defense to play really well and keep ourselves in games. When our quarterbacks develop at some point, we can open it up. But right now, they're not there.
There goes Sean Jackson. And he is a load to bring down at 236 pounds. Eventually,
receiver a chance to truly come down with the catch inbounds.
Incomplete to the sideline once again. Through the hands of Malcolm Johnson. So it will now be 4th down and 10. And why not go for it if you are Auburn?
Texas A&M. But these guys have all gotten experience from last year being a young team. Now they're an experienced unit and are looking to make some noise in this SEC West.
Garner goes down. And that will do it officially. Edger and Cooper gets the sack on 4th down. And now Texas A&M can take a knee with 1:43 to go. That's the set quarterback next week. That'll be the question, and it may be decided for them if Weigman has an ankle injury that's too much to overcome. And they're still running the football. And tacking on some yardage is Le'Veon Moss out to the 45-yard line. Connor Weigman leaving with an ankle injury at the end of the first half, opens the door for Max Johnson in the second half, and Max Johnson may have knocked that door down.
Yes, he knocked the door down, but make no mistake about it, Connor Weigman is the starter for this Texas A&M Aggies team. They believe in him. I think today what Max Johnson pulled off showed the coaches that they can trust him if they need him to be the QB for a few weeks or the rest of the season, depending on what Weigman's injury is.
27-10 is your final. Texas A&M over Auburn. For Robert Griffin III and Chris Button, I'm Bob Wischusen. Thanks so much for watching. We say so long from College Station, Texas.